Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NFL Thoughts. So, it is now week 11. Crazy, right? It is week 11 is literally now here. NFL season goes by fast, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy, bro. But anyways, let me get to my week 11 predictions. Titans versus Packers. Both teams are coming off of a win, but they're coming off of wins in completely different completely different ways. And yeah, the Titans, who did beat the Broncos, let's just take into account that they were down 10-0 in the first half at one point. And they wound up, coming back and winning that game narrowly 17-10. And I just don't feel great about predicting the Titans winning this game after they just struggled to beat the Broncos. And meanwhile, the Packers, who knows? Maybe this is the part of the season where they're going to start, doing some things. I'm basically making this decision just based off of comp from last week, and their wins. The fact that the Titans struggled to beat the Broncos and the Packers beat one of the best teams in the NFC in the Cowboys. And who knows, maybe that the Packers finally will realize that if we can literally get our season back on track if we just give the ball to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. And Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. And that kid, Christian Watson, that rookie, who knows? Maybe that was his coming out party, So, nonetheless, I do have the Packers winning this game. And also because they are at home. So, I have Packers beating the Titans. Bears versus the Falcons. Now, I initially was going to pick the Bears to win this game because Justin Fields has just been incredible and he's going to run circles around the Falcons defense. But then I was like, the Falcons play really well at home. Really well. And at the same time, the Bears' defense sucks. Especially after they traded away Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith. So, the Falcons might have a field day, especially running the ball against the Bears' defense. They might have a field day. And, as long as the Falcons can contain Justin Fields enough, which I do believe that they can, I have more confidence that the Falcons defense can contain Justin Fields more than I have confidence that the Bears defense can contain Marcus Mariota. So I have the Falcons winning this game at home. Eagles versus Colts. Now, if you saw that game on Monday night, you would see that now everybody should be able to crack the code on how to beat the Eagles. I mean, we basically did when we faced them, even though we unfortunately lost. If you want to beat the Eagles, play ball control football, run the ball against their terrible run defense, take control of time of possession, and you'll win the game. That's literally what the Commanders did on Monday night. Is they took care of the ball. They played ball control football, controlled time of possession. They literally had twice the time of possession of the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's how you beat the Philadelphia Eagles. This is basically this is a reoccurring thing when it comes to every, like team, last unbeaten team in the season as far as how to beat them. They get exposed once they finally lose their first game, and all of a sudden everybody knows how to beat them. So, as far as that, if you want to beat the Eagles, you got to be able to run the football and take control of time of possession. And I think that the Colts can do that. I think Jonathan Taylor is still a really good running back who obviously needs to be fed the ball. And last week against the Raiders, he ran the ball very well. And the Eagles' run defense is worse than the Raiders. So Jonathan Taylor should be having another big day running the football again. And they're going to be at home. So this is the third game in a row that I'm predicting, advantage home team. So, now I have Jets versus the Patriots. Now, it's easy to say that Bill Belichick, for the most part, has kicked the Jets' tails for, almost his entire, coaching tenure with the Patriots. But I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think this Jets team is a little too good for me to think that the Patriots are going to sweep the Jets. They have a good defense. They have a good defense. They have a good running game, and as long as they can do exactly what the Jets did during the Rex Ryan era, run the football and play great defense, and don't allow your quarterback to be a liability, then they can go some places. And I have the Jets winning this game. The Patriots, don't get me wrong, they're still a good football team, but I do have the Jets winning this game because I think that this is going to be a season split as far as the Jets and the Patriots. Commanders versus the Texans. Commanders, they're going to be having a short week, obviously, but it's the Texans. They're tanking for Bryce Young. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Commanders clearly have better talent, and they do have better coaching. Alright, I can't believe I just said that, but they have better coaching. And they're going to be coming into this game with a lot of confidence, and they're going to be having a little bit of a bounce in their step after just beating the undefeated Eagles. So, I have them obviously winning this game. No matter how hard the Texans try to make it seem like they're actually trying to win. Rams versus the Saints. Rams just lost Cooper Kupp to an ankle injury. Matthew Stafford, as you have seen this year, he is automatically going to give the ball to Cooper Kupp any chance he has, any chance he can get. And without Cooper Kupp out there on the field, he's not going to know what to do with the ball. He has Allen Robinson and Tyler Higbee and those guys, but again, like I said, he's not going to know what to do with the ball not having Cooper Kupp on the field. Saints. I have the Saints winning this game. Mainly because also the Saints are so off and on all season long. They're like the Bengals a little bit, only worse, obviously. But I have the Saints winning this game at home. And then Browns versus the Bills. Bills, obviously. The Browns, I don't know what is going on with them. As far as I'm concerned, until they get Deshaun Watson, the losses might just keep piling up, depending on how they play this week against Buffalo. Buffalo's winning this game. I mean, you have to understand, they lost to the Miami Dolphins, who are 7-3. They lost to the New York Jets, who are 6-3. And they lost to the Minnesota Vikings, who are 8-1. It's not like they've lost to any bad teams or mediocre teams. No, they're losing to some pretty good teams, you know? So, and meanwhile, the Browns are obviously not a pretty good team. And it's going to be at home in Buffalo, so I have the Bills winning. Panthers versus the Ravens. It's like the Panthers should be tanking, but the way they play out there on the field against their opponent, no matter how good or bad the opponent is, they make it seem like as if they're not tanking, like as if they actually believe that this is their division to win still. And clearly that is not the case. Just think, at the beginning of the season, we all thought that Baker Mayfield was going to make this team be on the brink of playoff contention. You know, like just going to barely miss the playoffs. And now it's looking like they're barely going to miss out on the number one pick in the draft. So, yeah, I have the Ravens winning. They are the clearly better team. The Panthers, like I said, are probably going to play out there like they're not going to tank. But the Ravens are still the Ravens, so I have the Ravens winning. Lions versus the Giants. This is a trap game for the Giants. And the Lions have a really good offense. And I just do not believe that, Daniel Jones can keep up with Jared Goff and that Lions offense. I don't think he's going to be able to put up enough points. And this Giants defense, they're decent. They're decent, but they also haven't went up against a whole lot of potent offenses this year. Even when they played us, and that was when we didn't have Dak Prescott, they gave up 23 points in one of their 2 losses so far this year. So, yeah, against Jared Goff and this Lions offense that's one of the best in the league, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be able to keep pace with Jared Goff and the Lions to be able to win this game. I think that this is a trap game, but more importantly, for the Giants, it's a game that they're going to have to put a lot of points on the board, and I don't believe they can. So I have the Lions winning. Raiders versus Broncos. Raiders have been an absolute train wreck. They just came off of a game where they lost to a team who was going up against a coach that's never coached on the college level, never coached on an NFL level, and they lost. I mean, what more do you need me to say? I mean, I predicted the Colts to win, but that's just because I had a feeling that the Raiders were going to pull some crap like this. So, and I think it's going to be a game where I think Russell Wilson might cook. The last time he played the Raiders, for the most part, he had statistically his best game of the year. And I don't think that this is going to be an exception. I think he's going to cook a little bit, and the Raiders' offense is going to struggle against the Broncos. So I have the Broncos winning this game at home. So they have that advantage being at home as well. And yeah, Cowboys versus Vikings. Okay, now of course I'm going to pick my team to win. But as far as how do we win, here's how we're going to win. The Vikings think we're sweet after we just lost to the lowly Packers. They think we're sweet, and I like that. I like when, people write us off, and don't look at us as one of those best teams in the NFL. And this is a game where the Cowboys are going to either put up or shut up. You know, like this is a put up or shut up kind of game. This is a must-win game if you really want to get yourself back on track. All right, don't get me wrong. Like it was just one loss. It's not like we've been on a losing streak, like a 2 or 3 game losing streak. But this is a must-win football game because if we lose to the Vikings to drop to 6-4 heading into our matchup against the Giants on Thanksgiving and 4 days after that, yeah, it's going to be a rough week. It's going to be a rough week. So this is a must-win game for the Cowboys. And if they want to win this game, well, first of all, Micah Parsons, this is a game where you need to get your flow back, bro. You need to get your flow back. Because ever since, for the most part, after that Rams game, you've been kind of quiet. I'm not going to lie. You've been kind of quiet. And I need you to get out of that phase of being quiet. So you need to get your flow back, my guy. And I'm going to talk more about this, obviously, on Friday. But yeah, Micah Parsons, you need to get your flow back and you need to get after Kirk Cousins. But more importantly, forget about the sacks. We need to stop Dalvin Cook. They are going to run the football because they know we are not good at that. So our number one priority number one, we need to stop Dalvin Cook. If we can stop Dalvin Cook, we'll be fine. Offense, I have the utmost confidence in you guys. Right now, it's crazy to say this, but right now, I don't have the most confidence in my defense right now. The offense, from what I've seen thus far the past couple of games with Dak, I have the utmost confidence in you guys that you guys are going to come out to play. So, it's the defense that I'm kind of concerned about. So, we need to stop Dalvin Cook, and Trayvon Diggs just needs to do exactly what he did last year when he shut down Justin Jefferson to 1 catch for 3 yards. So, that's all that needs to happen. So, yeah, I got Cowboys winning, and that is basically what we have to do to win. Bengals versus the Steelers. I got Bengals winning. Now, you never know with these AFC North divisional matchups. Like, these games can come down to the wire. As far as I'm concerned, that win that the Steelers got against the Bengals in Week 1, in my opinion, I feel like that was a fluke. In my opinion, that was a fluke. So, in my opinion, yeah, the Bengals should win this. Could it be close? Possibly. But, yeah, I have the Bengals winning. You know, like, the Steelers are just not all that great. It's going to be at Pittsburgh, but the Bengals should be able to win this game. Chiefs versus the Chargers. This is going to be a tough game, but I have the Chiefs winning. The Chargers have just not been as good as we thought they were going to be. They're just not. And this is going to be another one of those Justin Herbert versus Patrick Mahomes kind of games that is going to come down to the wire and whatever. But yeah, I have the Chiefs winning on this Sunday night matchup. 49ers versus Cardinals. I've got 49ers winning. They are clearly the better team. And as far as Cardinals, they look like a dysfunctional family out there. Like guys yelling at each other and the coach trying to break it up. And he doesn't even look like he has a good hold of this team. So to think that this was a team who just a year ago was 7-0 and was just 7-0 and they lost to the Packers and they were like the best team in the NFC or in the NFL, and you look at them now And it's just puzzling to me. But nonetheless, I do have the 49ers winning this game. It should be a blowout. So, yeah, I have Packers over the Titans, Falcons over the Bears, Colts over the Eagles, Jets over the Patriots, Commanders over the Texans, Saints over the Rams, Bills over the Browns, Ravens over the Panthers, Lions over the Giants, Broncos over the Raiders, Cowboys over the Vikings, Bengals over the Steelers, Chiefs over the Chargers, and 49ers over the Cardinals. So, those are my Week 11 predictions, and let me know how y'all think, what y'all think about them. But other than that, that has been my time. Like, subscribe. This is NFL Thoughts, out.